As many of you guys know, DayZ is really hard to run, even on high-end computers. Luckily, with the new experimental update that just came out, you can now actually achieve 60 FPS in towns, even on rigs that would be considered mid-range. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this, but before I do, I recommend you watch the full video before you mess around with your settings. The first thing you'll want to do is make sure you're running the experimental version of DayZ. If you're not, right-click on DayZ in Steam and opt into the experimental build. After that's done, you're going to want to find your configuration files. Your DayZ configuration file will be located under Documents, DayZ, and then in that folder you'll see your username.dayz profile. Now you're going to want to open this file in Notepad and look for this line of code, Infusion version 0.12 equals 0. To make this easy for you guys, just hit Control F and search for that code. If you don't see this code anywhere, make sure you're on the experimental branch. Also make sure to verify the integrity of your game cache on Steam. Now turning this on actually turns on a small portion of the new renderer. Now this isn't enabled by default, so what you're going to want to do is just change that 0 to a 1 and you're good to go. Now just launch DayZ, join a server, and you're going to see that it'll be spawning into the Novo Tower, which is one of the worst places in the game for performance, but you're going to see that it will actually be running at a locked 60 FPS. And here we are at a glorious 60 frames per second. This is what people are talking about when they say PC Master Race. If you guys switch to 720 or 1080 on Chrome, you'll actually be able to see it in 60 frames per second yourself. It is just buttery smooth. It is night and day compared to vanilla DayZ. You can see there's a couple of things that are a little bit different. There's a little bit less visibility. You can kind of see some atmospheric fog. This is actually ported from Arma 3, I believe. Now this is going to do a couple of things. Not only does it look great and it creates that moody, apocalyptic atmosphere that DayZ really needs, it's also going to encourage more player interaction. No longer can you snipe people from so far away. You're going to need to get close and you're going to need to talk to people. This is going to reduce KOS. It already looks so much better. You can see the devs have really poured their heart and soul into this, and this isn't even the final version. I mean, just imagine what happens when this thing is turned on by default. And this is 60 FPS, locked. Look how good this looks, and this is on a mid-range rig. So I hope this guide helped anyone who's been having FPS troubles in DayZ like I have. Maybe some of you guys on lower-end rigs, even if you can't hit 60, this will still really help with your performance. If you guys have any questions with how to get this working, please leave a comment, let me know, and we can troubleshoot this thing. It is a little confusing, but it is definitely worth it once you get everything figured out.